All right, let's begin. So today we're gonna go into some interval training. So some cardio work to raise the heart rate, and then we'll kind of transition into more strength training, and then we'll come back to our cardio work, okay? So we'll start straight away with some cardio work, and we're gonna go into either kettlebell swings, if you do have the kettlebell, you feel comfortable with that, or skier swings. So skier swings, maybe you're grabbing 5 to 8 pounds for that. And I'll just demonstrate again real quick what a skier swing is, where we hinge back and then those weights go up because of the power of the hips. Come down with those weights, power up with the hips. So you really want to make sure you're using momentum and not just slowing it down trying to use your arms. All right, we got 40 seconds here. Ready, begin. Great pace, that's it. Throw them down, pop them up. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Good, now we'll go into long squats. So we can keep our probably 5 pounds, maybe go to 3 pounds, and a squat right into an overhead press. Keep those abs working for you. Another 40 seconds on the clock. Ready, begin. Inhale down, exhale up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And our third exercise, it's more abdominals than arms, so maybe go down in weight if you need to. Punches with rotation. Keep those hips nice and still. Brace the core. Be good to those shoulders. Here we go. A little bit of rotation is fine. Again, we're kind of working with momentum here. Create momentum, pull it back. Punch it forward, bring it back. Keep those abs working. 2, 1, rest. And we'll go right back into round 2. So only 2 rounds. We're going to go back into our skier swings. In 2, 1, begin. Locked in core at the top. Ground those feet down. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And we move into our squat to overhead press. Keep those abs on. Begin. Inhale down. Exhale up. Five, four, three, two, one. And the last one, core work, punches. Keep those glutes squeezing, core on. Begin. Looking good. Good pace. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Nice job. So that was our little cardio set. Now we're going to move into some ball work. So we'll grab the ball. Do you guys want to take a water break? Yeah, maybe a quick water break. Yeah. Okay, next. The ball is optional. I don't want this to trigger your upper traps or neck, but I'll demonstrate with it just in case you want that little extra challenge. So we're going to stand right in front of the wall, a couple of inches away, so you're not going to tip, but you can also reach the wall. So you're going to hinge back, make contact. As you're in your hinge, you're going to lengthen that ball overhead, stand up, lock in. So abs and glutes tighten up, tall posture. Inhale, reach, connect with the wall. Exhale, stand up, lock in. Yeah, good. All right, timer is on. Ball is optional, but it'll definitely work into those posture muscles a little bit more, mid to upper back. Do rest your neck. At any time, you can just drop the ball. Keep going. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now we have a fun balance challenge. I know we've done this one before. So you're going to just gently have both hands on the ball. So this is going to put you into a hinge position. So the spine is long and flat, and then our abs are on from the bottom. Plant one foot and extend the other. And we're going to balance here. Okay, so we're basically just trying to stay in this position. It doesn't matter so much about how high the other leg is, because the working leg is actually this balancing leg. All right, ready? Begin. I'm just kind of looking down at the floor, kind of find a focal point for yourself. You're not pushing down into the ball, you're kind of just like gently holding on to it. Almost like hovering above it, just slightly. Backside of the body is very activated. We've got our back working, glute working, and the balancing leg and abs. 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch. All right, plant that other foot. Ready, begin. Looking great. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. All right, next we'll move into some crunches. Crunches can be on the floor or crunches could be on the ball. And if you're moving into crunches on the ball, just make sure that your tailbone stays connected. And we're not going to be rolling the ball at all. So the ball stays very still and you're crunching off of it. Begin when you're ready. Getting your breathing rhythm going. Slow and controlled. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. And we'll start again with our ball, optional, and the wall. So a hip hinge while we lengthen the posture muscles away. Stand up, lock in. Begin when you're ready. We need a lot of core support. This is purposely working the posterior chain, that back side of the body. Getting a nice active stretch for those hamstrings. The glutes are lengthening and then tightening. And then the back is engaged. We are strengthening the back right now, but we also need to give it lots of support by keeping those abs strong. And 3, 2, 1. Great, we're back to our balance already. All right, so that setup is important. We just want to make sure that foot is really well planted. Entire foot stays on the ground. Both hands on the ball. Lift that back leg the best you can. And our timer is on. We have 40 seconds on this leg, actively working into those balance muscles, core muscles, spatial awareness. This ball does not make it easier. Stay on, you're looking good. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. We'll just go right over to the other leg. Start when you're ready. Relax neck and shoulders. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll go back into crunches, ball or just on the floor, whatever's a better fit for you. Begin. Three, 2, 1. And that's the end of round 2. That's looking good. Grab water if you need it or just take some time to recover and we'll start back at the wall again. Okay, looks like we're ready. 2, 1, begin. So we're our third round. So we know what we're doing. We know how this should feel. As we get a little bit tired, it's really important that we maintain great form, especially because this is posture work, right? So we want to make sure we're always practicing in the posture that we want, not just the default that we fall into when we're tired. So that would mean that maybe you just drop the ball if you're getting a little tired, you're starting to shrug, maybe then lift from the middle back. Okay, middle back should be working hard, upper back, but not the neck. Keep those abs working too and breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to balance. If you've been always starting on the same leg, let's switch that up. Start on the other side. 3, 2, 1. We're on. Abs stay on. They're at like 30 to 40% of a plank. Right, so they're not on 100%, but they are on the support. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch over. Begin as soon as you're ready. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest, and we have crunches one more time. And that could be a variety of crunches. So Catherine, I like that you did reverse crunches. That's great. If it's a better fit for you today, go for it. And begin when you're ready, and you're just setting your pace with your breathing. Slow and steady, well isolated. Hands are behind your head to support the weight of your head. So we're not using our neck, we're using our abs. I really like that pace. Nice work there. I know you're feeling it when it's slow like that. And rest. Nice job. Done with those 3 rounds. So we'll just take a little breather because we're going to go back into our cardio set for another 2 rounds. So when you're ready, just grab those hand weights that you want to use for your swings, skier swings. Okay, we are ready. And we'll start with our skier swings in 2, 1, begin. 40 seconds on the clock. Stay tuned into your body. Throw it down, pop it up, lock in. Lock in that tall posture. Lock in with those weights directly overhead, but without bending back into your back, right? Because we have a lot of core strength and support. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we move into our squat to overhead press. Ready, begin. Tune into your breathing. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Now tighten up the core, tighten up those glutes, and punches. Here we go. Lower the weights if you need to. Good. That little bit of rotation is great. It gets those obliques engaged. Keep that whole core activated, glutes included. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we are in our second round. Let's go into our skier swings one more time. Ready? And begin. Inhale, down. Exhale, lock in. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and long squat. Begin when you're ready. Good quality movement. This is aerobic, but it doesn't have to be super fast to get the benefit. Three, 2, 1. And our last one, punches. Tighten up. Here we go. So a little bit of arms, but mostly abs. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Catch your breath. Grab some water if you need it. Just a little sip. And we're going to grab our ball once again, coming down to the floor. Okay, we're going to move into some abs here. So we're moving into the dead bug. This is level 1. Hands press into your knees press back, pushing your low back into the floor. So you're creating this very deep crunch by pressing into this ball and pressing the low back down. Level 2, opposite arm and leg will move, connect, press back into the ball, and then the other side. And the whole time you're keeping that low back on the floor. All right, so choose level 1, level 2, begin. It's all about what your core is doing, how we can keep those core muscles on so they're gaining endurance and strength. And you're able to breathe. And we're not stress breathing here. We're diaphragmatic breathing. I mean, we can take a full inhale. It's not going to stop at the chest. It goes down into the diaphragm, still able to oxygenate the body and brain. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. That looked really good. I have to say it's probably one of my favorite exercises because we get the cross patterning too. That's just good stuff. All right, next, I'm going to give you a bit of a pattern to work with. Let's start where the ball is out away and your heels are on top of the ball. And I want you to start to apply pressure down into that ball. Keep the hips on the floor. So apply pressure down into the ball and start to roll it in. Okay, so this should really light up those hamstrings. Roll it in as close as you can get it. Then we're going to bridge. Nice high bridge, 110% squeeze. Down with the hips. Keep pushing down into your ball and roll it back out. Okay, so we're very, very active the whole time. You might take a small rest, and then we're going to reactivate. Press down, roll it in, not until that ball is all the way in. Do we then bridge up, high bridge, squeeze, keep pressing down through your feet, and roll it away again. You guys look great. So timer is on. Ten seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Nice job. That was good. Should have really felt that back side of those legs. Now we will put this ball between the calves here. Ball is optional, so if you have a really large ball and it just feels like it's awkward to try to hold on to, get rid of it or grab a pillow or something like that. We're going to pin the shoulders down, turn on our core, and we're going to bring those legs over to the left. They don't have to touch the ground. Okay, over to the left. Use those abs to bring the legs back up, and then over to the right. Okay, so there's a little bit of a squeeze into the ball, so a little active in those inner thighs, but this is core work. Okay, making sure that we keep a happy back by keeping the core on. And your range of motion is just what you're able to do without letting those shoulders lift off the ground. Okay, so for some, you won't be able to touch the legs to the floor. Some of you can, and that's great, that's cool, you have that flexibility, but you also need the strength behind it, right? It's just not about flexibility, we need strength behind that flexibility so we don't have an injury. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go back to our dead bug. We have a level 1, which is here, or level 2, which is where our opposites move, come back, and squeeze into the ball. In 2, 1, begin. So level 1, you just continue to press into the ball. The hands press towards the knees and the knees press back. Level 2, you're moving and the core is responding. It's staying very, I don't want to say tense, but it's very turned on. It is making sure that it is active and keeping that low back to the floor. It does not get a rest. It's doing its job the whole 40 seconds that we're here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And ball will now go underneath your heels. We'll start with straight legs. All right, let's drive down, roll it in, all the way in, then bridge up nice and high, really bridge, squeeze. Roll it down, keep pressing down to your ball to extend back out. That was excellent. Doing that again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, ball or no ball, we're gonna go into our knee drops. If you have the ball, just a little squeeze into that ball, arms open up so they pin you down. Turn on your core and begin slowly moving left to right. Your legs are your weights and your core is the primary muscle. I'll inhale to bring the legs down, and then I exhale to lift them back up as if I'm really lifting this heavy weight, very contracted through the core. And 2, 1, and rest. Good. We can take a little breather after that second round, and we'll just come back for one more. You guys are looking great. How's everything feeling? Good. Couple more seconds and then we'll come back to it. I'll demonstrate one more way that we could do the dead bug, just in case hip flexors are starting to flare up a bit. You can just keep your feet down and then press down onto your knees. So that will be, I guess, level 0, just for lack of a better term right now. So this would be level 0, level 1, and level 2 is the dead bug. All right, let's begin. 2, 1, we're on. Keeping that low back on the floor, neck relaxed. The reason we want to keep that low back on the floor is because the floor is giving the back support, for one. And for two, it's very easy to let that low back take over. So it would start to tighten up on you if it starts to lift away from the floor, and we would most likely lose our core strength if we let that happen. So the abs would start to like bubble up, like balloon up. That low back would tighten up, lifting away from the floor. And so that cue of keeping everything pulled down towards the spine and down towards the floor is optimal neutral position here in this core work. And 2, 1, rest. And leg work in our bridge. Start with straight legs, heels directly on top. We're creating as much work as we can by pressing down. Ready? And begin. Press, roll, high bridge. Nice. And then back down. Still pressure on that ball to roll it back away. And repeat. Some really good bridges here. Nice work. And 2, 1. Good. And our very last one, we can use the ball or just keep those legs stuck together or use a pillow, whatever you'd like. All right, we open out, pin the shoulders down. They stay down the whole time, and begin. So this is definitely not fast. We don't want to accidentally, surprise the back, right? Because we are in spine rotation. which requires a lot of strength around the entire core, kind of like a corset. So just keeping those abs on the whole time so our back feels very strong and safe. We're using the right muscles here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. And we can let this ball roll away. And we'll move into our cool down. Today we're doing our deep restorative breathing. So we want to make sure that we're expanding. So that inhale is really filling up the diaphragm, the front of the belly, the sides, and the low back. And your exhale is twice as long as your inhale. We'll stay here for about a minute. Transition into a minute of gratitude. And that's a minute in gratitude. Great job there. Definitely take some time to stretch